There's something in the air. It looks like ash.
It's almost as if it were snowing.
Snowing in summer, though?
That day, I went to a friend's house for a party. Just when the mood was at its best, the power went out. Darkness fell like a wall and swallowed every sound. I pulled out my phone to turn on the flashlight, but the battery was dead. My friends' phones were the same, and even the flashlights had lost their life. The air started to feel heavy. Tano said he heard strange noises outside, a sharp clang, like someone hammering metal. Before I could react, Tano's wife called him to the door, saying a neighbor had suddenly collapsed. Others looked out the window and saw big white flakes falling from the sky. It was summer, yet snow was drifting down. Just looking at it sent a chill up my spine. Tano opened the door to try to help, but the sound of a car outside froze us in place. It was a sound we all knew well, the same strange noise we heard earlier. No one knew what was happening out there, but this snow was wrong. It could be toxic. We quickly sealed the doors and windows. Everyone sat together inside, trying to figure it out. But one friend, worried about his family, quietly opened the door when no one was looking. He took only a few steps before falling straight to the ground. Silence pressed down on us heavier than before. We moved back to the living room. Then we heard knocking from the basement. It was the passage to the garage. Tano pushed the cabinet aside, and the calls for help grew clearer. It was the delivery driver. After dropping off the food, her car had broken down, and she was fixing her bike in the garage, avoiding the disaster outside. Tano kept his gun pointed at the door until he saw she was unarmed. Then he let her in. I went through the passage to the garage. My daughter was still at my ex-wife's house. I had to check on her. Tano agreed to go with me, but the car wouldn't start, so we went back inside. Everything that used electricity was dead, maybe because of a solar storm. I stood by the window and saw the neighbor across the street was still alive. He waved at us. We signaled frantically for him not to open his window, but it seemed to backfire. His wife tried to help him and collapsed against the glass. We had failed. Watching that scene turned my worry into a sharp ache. I couldn't wait any longer. Even without a car, I had to go. They packed supplies into my backpack and taped my wrists and ankles tight so the snow couldn't touch my skin. Tano handed me a gas mask, saying it might help. I stepped out of the garage, looked at the body on the ground, and walked faster. The suit seemed to work. I reached the street. The outside was silent as death, filled only with bodies and wind that cut to the bone. It was the taste of the end.